Randy Burr and Mike Cavallero at the top of the field. Bobby Tripp and Barry Shaw, row number 2. Kyle Niederberger looks the field over, lets the field loose. Green flag unfolds, we're underway.
Darrell Dutch laid out of the pits. He'll have to start at the rear of the field as we go green. Randy Burr and Mike Cavallero at the front of the field, into 3 and out of 4 with Bobby Tripp all over the rear bumper of Randy Burr.
Burr sets the pace down at the 1. He's got Tripp on his tail with Duart right there. Tripp says, I'm done. Following you, number 23. Randy, I'm going to the bottom. Battle for the lead. Down off of turn number 4. Bobby Tripp becomes the second leader of the night as they come off of 4.
Mike Duart looking to play follow the leader as he looks to slide under Burr as well and take over second. That works out well for him. Cavallero stuck behind the 23 as he finally buttons it down to the bottom of the track right in front of Barry Shaw Jr.
Well, Barry thought he had some running room there. He's got to back off the throttle. Now he tries it again down into 1 and 2. Can't get the run he needs. Behind them, the 29 of Hedges, the 38 of Gannon. They gang up on the 77 of Lenny Guy.
Unable to get down to the bottom of the track is the 80 machine of Cavallero. Hedges takes a look under him as he tries to take that spot away on the racetrack. Meanwhile, Bobby Tripp up at the front of the field. Only Mike Duart still in shouting distance of the 81 machine.
Barry Shaw gives Randy Burr a little bit of a tap to the bumper, says, I'm coming through, drops to the bottom of the racetrack, takes the spot away, finds himself in a podium run down into turn number 3. Burr's able to slide on down as the 29 of Hedges, he is cutting through the field like a hot knife through butter.
5 laps and already up inside the top 5 for the 29 of Hedges. Cavallero finally gets it down to the bottom of the track. Both Hedges and Cavallero setting their sights on Randy Burr. Trouble for Lenny Guy as he goes around in turn 4. Comes to rest in the infield grass, and we have our first caution. The Bristol Toyota Pace truck as we get set to go back. Green flag racing with 6 laps down and 29 remaining here for the sport trucks.
Green flag unfolds as they come off of turn number 4. Bobby Tripp leads the charge down into turn number 1. The second generation racer heads out, set sail in front of Duart, and here comes Barry Shaw down to the inside lane.
Barry Shaw looking to take that position away from Mike Duart. Duart can't clear the 85 and get down to the bottom of the track. This is going to allow Bobby Tripp some running room up at the front of the field as those two continue to battle. And look at Josh Hedges chomping at the bit to join in the fight himself.
Hedges right there on the tail as Shaw gets a little bit crossed up off the corner. Duart hanging tight on the outside as they hit turn number 1. Hedges trying to find a way by. Burr rounds out the top 5. Church is up to 6th. Cavallero back to 7th. Darrell Dutch, who started scratch on the field, sits 8th as they roll off of turn number 4.
Barry Shaw Jr. battling Duart for second. Mike Duart not wanting to go away. Josh Hedges looking for some room around either one of them as Shaw and Duart continue to battle through turn 4.
Off the corner they come, and that battle there has allowed Bobby Tripp to open up just about a second advantage over the rest of the field. Battle for third, races wheel to wheel down into turn number 3. Hedges down low, Duart up top. Duart sliding back just a little bit up top.
Duart gives the spot up so he can get down to the bottom of the track, but he loses 2 as Josh Hedges is all over the rear bumper of the 85 machine of Barry Shaw Jr. Bobby Tripp smooth sailing at the front of the field as we'll have 23 laps remaining. Now Hedges gets underneath the 85 as they head into 1 and 2.
Hedges with a good run down on the inside, taking over that number 2 spot. Shaw cut up top, and here comes Duart trying to regain what he once lost off of turn number 4. 3 trucks dogfighting for that second position.
Duart now with the position on Shaw likes it a lot better as he slides back up into the 3rd spot and will try to chase down Josh Hedges. Hedges now tries to chip away at that lead of Bobby Tripp.
Hedges little by little trying to close it in. He's about a second and a half or 8 truck lengths behind the Everett Auto Parts number 81. Bobby Tripp trying to make a triumphant return here to the action track of the East. Rolls off of turn number 4 with 20 laps remaining.
Smooth sailing for Tripp so far up at the front of the field. Unable to rein him in is Josh Hedges. He's got his hands full with a mirror full of the 50 machine of Mike Duart, and Barry Shaw not going away either. Those are your top 4. Sitting at 5th still is Randy Burr.
Tom Watson about to go -1 to the leaders down the back straightaway. Stays high on the racetrack as they thunder down into turn number 3.
Hedges now will put Watson down behind him as well, as will the 50 machine of Duarte. Inch by inch, trying to gain on the 81 Everett's Auto Parts machine of Bobby Tripp.
Field stringing itself out around the third mile. We've hit the halfway point. 18 laps complete, 17 laps remain. And your lead, which was about a second and a half, has remained just about the same as they hit turn number 3. It's still about 8 truck lengths off the corner, but Hedges has been able to put a little bit of breathing room between he and Duarte.
Still ahead, Bobby Tripp in the Everett's Auto Parts 80. Whoa, trouble here, spinning with the Sport Trucks.
So Bobby Tripp had a second and a half lead, has gone away. Can he rebuild it? Off of 4 they come. Green flag unfolds with 16 laps to go, and this one's going to be a no-go. We're going to try it. They're going green right now as they come off the corner. This time it's a good start. Tripp gets the jump, sets the pace down into turn 1. Duarte trying to get back up into the runner-up position as they roll off of 2.
Tripp the veteran with the veteran restart move there on the second time around. Here comes the 29 of Hedges trying to hold off Duarte, but Duarte has the position down on the bottom of the track. I don't know where Barry Shaw is going to go. There's not too much room between the 50 and the 29.
Problems on the Synergy Metals Recycling number 38 of Ed Gannon as he takes that hard right-hand turn into the pit area. The battle for second continues to be hot and heavy. This time it's Mike Duarte taking that spot away. He sits in the number 2 spot. Look at the battle for third as Hedges and Shaw squeeze each other down the back straightaway. Here comes Randy Burr.
Randy Burr is Shaw got a little bit loose after battling with Hedges. He's going to lose a spot to Burr as they come off of turn 2. Barry Shaw Jr. falls all the way back to 5th, while Josh Hedges continues to work over the rear bumper of Mike Duarte.
Hedges takes a look down to the inside, trying to put that green, white, and black machine back up into the number 2 spot. And again, while they continue to fight back and forth for that second, third, fourth, and fifth position, Bobby Tripp just sails away from everybody else.
An easy day at the track for Bobby Tripp, setting sail at the front of the field, watching his competitors battle and knock sheet metal out there as the 29 and 50 to continue to do battle. 10 laps remaining, this time by the flag stand. Duarte settles into third.
Off the corner they come, and Josh Hedges back up to second as the 88 of Mike Cunn comes to a halt down in the center of the infield. Yellow flag is out for the 4th time.
Racing.
11 laps remaining in round 1 of the Phil's Propane Triple Crown Series main events for the Sport Trucks. Bobby Tripp trying to wind it up a little bit early, and this one gets the green. And looking at our starter's reaction,
Tripp and we're still going green here with Tripp in the front, followed by Hedges, Mike Duarte, and Barry Shaw. Shaw has already picked up that spot he lost to Randy Burr, back up inside the top 5 to 4th on the track. But Tripp now with the lead, and Josh Hedges with some work to do. He's got to hold off Mike Duarte, who's right behind him as well. Field stringing itself out, nose to tail around the 3rd mile here at Seekonk.
Side by side, deep in the field. No, they're all single file around the racetrack as Tripp, Hedges, Duarte, Shaw, and Burr round out the top 5. Battle for 5th as Mike Cavallero starting to come to life, putting some pressure on that blue number 23. Darrell Dutch sits 7th right on his tail.
Meanwhile, Bobby Tripp's had his lead cut into a little bit by Josh Hedges. Let's see if Hedges can do anything here in the final 7 laps. Top 3 is Tripp, Hedges, and Duarte. Barry Shaw Jr. sitting just outside there, and Randy Burr holding on to the top 5 so far. But here comes Cavallero taking a peek underneath the 23.
Taking a peek to the bottom side, too. We got his rear wheels off the ground as the 23 goes around off of turn number 2.
And the Toyota vehicles over at Bristol Toyota.
I hope there's a backup camera if they're standing behind it. Field is set. 6 laps remaining. Tripp and Hedges rolling off of turn number 4. Green flag is out. We're underway.
Hedges ahead, and now the caution flag flies as we're going to do it again for Darrell Dutch. Good to see him. As you mentioned, came out of the pits late, had to start at the rear. So We are set. Kyle Niederberger looks over the trucks as they come into the starter's box. And green flag flies. Good restart there. Tripp and Duarte into 1 and 2 with Barry Shaw Jr. right behind him.
Duarte trying to hang on, but no match. Down into turn number 3. Barry Shaw taking a peek to the inside of the 50 as Duarte tries to shut the door. Cavallero makes it a 4-car dogfight at the top of the field with the 6 right there. Lenny Guy battling with Darrell Church off of turn number 2.
Lenny Guy overcoming an early turn as well. And Josh Hedges already back up on his rear bumper with 4 laps remaining here in the Phil's Propane opener for the Sport Trucks. Mike Duarte running second. Bobby Tripp. It's been wire to wire for Tripp. Can he hang on for 3 more laps this time by?
1 mile remaining to the first official NASCAR checkered flag of 2018. Leads the pack down the backstretch. Barry Shaw trying to hang on with Mike Cavallero on his tail. Darrell Dutch rounding out the top 5. 2 laps to go this time by.
Tripp still at the forefront. Duarte trying to chase him down as they come out of turn 2. Barry Shaw slid back just a bit, hanging on to third, and he's got Mike Cavallero all over his rear bumper. This time by, Tripp gets the white flag.
Keep your eyes on that battle for third. Barry Shaw trying to hang on with Cavallero. Meanwhile, Josh Hedges trying to make up lost time. 7th on the field, looking for 6. Checkered flag unfurls, and the 81 of Bobby Tripp. Welcome back to Seekonk Speedway. Welcome back to Everett Auto Parts Victory Lane. Mike Duarte for 2nd, Barry Shaw 3rd, Mike Cavallero 4th, and Darrell Dutch unofficially your top 5.
The 85.
Yeah, it's real strong. The truck is still not right from last year. The DAV, we were involved in a pretty good wreck. Bent the frame up pretty bad. We had to replace a lot of bars, but the truck is just not where it was last year. We're definitely struggling.
Struggle brought it home with a podium finish, though. I know you got to be happy about that. A lot of work still to be done. I know there's some people you want to thank.
Yeah, I got to thank my dad, Nats Racing Engines, Crow Collision, Volvo. Volvo Inc., my wife Marcy, my dad, my friend. Thank you, Seekonk Speedway.
A few weeks being rained out. How was the truck out there tonight?
It was all right, but it started to get loose after every caution. It just got a little looser. And I'm usually good on the outside. I was only good for a couple laps, and it was junk, so the bottom group was definitely the best group tonight. But I got to thank my entire crew. My dad, my truck owner, who sacrifices so much to make this truck what it is. George Turgey, the amount of work he does over the winter. My crew chief, his wife Sandy, my brother Gil, my buddy Al Kane, my girlfriend Caitlin. My sponsors, George Turgey Chassis, Eric's Auto Service, and Bay State Sewage.
Back to victory lane for the 81 machine of Bobby Tripp. Welcome back.
Thank you very much. And this is my first time in the truck. I've never ran one.
First time in the truck. I apologize there, but back in the Everett's Auto Parts 81, truck looks solid out there. You had to endure a couple of restarts. What were your feelings out there?
Well, it's a very good truck. I'm very happy I got it, and I did a lot of work to it, kind of change it all over a little bit, and it's ecstatic with it. I mean, work on it, we'll make it better.
Now, was there a lot of work done between the opening day, which we had rained out the beginning of the month of May, all the way until June before we finally get to put this back out on the track?
Non-stop. I've been non-stop work on this since opening day.
Well, it shows that it paid off, and congratulations. Welcome back to Everett's Auto Parts Victory Lane. I know you got some people you want to thank.
Oh, definitely. I want to thank all the fans. I thank everybody for coming out here. If they don't come, we don't have a show. I want to thank Roy from Everett's. I want to thank Bob from Everett's. I want to thank my crew, Mickey, his kids, Justin and Mikey. Just big hand. I mean, I can't do this without him. I also acquired Joey a few weeks ago. Thankful for him, too. Yeah, I appreciate all of them.